What's going on, everybody? It is 12 o'clock Eastern time. It is 11 o'clock Central time. And I think that's 9 o'clock over on the Pacific, whatever. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, I know it. You guys are tuned in to the broadcast NightLight with Anthony Abron. I am your host. Thank you guys for being here. It is so exciting. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's see here who we got out there. Bam! There we are. Good to see you guys. I'm so glad that you could be here. This is an exciting time. As you can see, I'll bring that in the frame for you there. That's the Entrepreneur's Nightlight. Because the Entrepreneur's Nightlight is never out. It is never out. So that's our version of the light. But we're going to turn around and turn the light off for a second right now. Thank you guys for being here. We got a live audience of people right now. You've tuned in from all across the world, all across the country, entrepreneurs. So what I want to tell you is this: welcome you so much for being here, because understanding that you could be anywhere in the world, but yet you chose to be right here. And for that, I am truly grateful. Now, like you said, who am I? My name is Anthony Abron. I am your host, and I am of course, my name is there on the front, but make no mistake about this. Make absolutely no mistake about this. This show is for you. You. And who is the you that we're talking about? We're talking about those self-employed. We're talking about the freelancers. We're talking about the small business owners. We're talking about those people who have an entrepreneur's heart and entrepreneur's spirit. This show is for you. Now, why did we create this show? Now, what you've tuned in tonight is, look, I got some, we're in Texas. So we got mosquitoes. So I see mosquitoes see light, in the middle of the night. I'm going to swat them out of the way. But the thing about it is, what are we doing? Why do we create this show? We create this show because our three main topics that we focus on. What you can expect when you tune in to NightLight. NightLight is, we focus on three things. Number one, we focus on marketing, okay? We talk about marketing, all things. We know that any business, it starts and stops with marketing. Marketing is what attracts your clients to you. Marketing is that thing that once they come to you, that allows you to then, get hot leads and turn those leads into prospects and ultimately the clients and, close deals and make more. We all need more of that, right? Absolutely. The other thing that we focus on, number two, is we focus on money, right? I like those money, when they say money, we're talking about profits. We're talking about revenue. We're talking about, if you're not making money in your business, that is a travesty, okay? That means that if you're not making money, then ultimately that's just an expensive hobby. And we're not here to just, of course, we want to put our, be passionate about it, what we're doing. We know it's a process, but, to help you in that area. And the third thing that we focus on consistently is the motivation to get both of those two right. Okay, we focus on marketing, we focus on money, and we focus on the motivation to get both right. And you say motivation, what am I talking about? I'm talking about motivation as far as your personal development, your spiritual empowerment. We're talking about your that motivation that you need when times get tough. Because understand, the road of an entrepreneur is not like anything else. It's not a easy road. It's not. And it's not for the average individual. A person that takes on the role of an entrepreneur you're not the norm. You're a little bit different. Here's the box, right? You kind of operate outside of here. And if you operate here, even if you're inside of here temporarily, your whole purpose is to get outside of that box and impact it. That's different. 95% of the world thinks differently. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with their 9-to-5s and what we're doing. Hey, we all been there at some point, right? Most of us have, but the entrepreneur has something that's just a little bit different about them, that they want to do. So that they want to impact. It's an idea, and so this show is for all of you. So what we do, this is our second episode. Now, last episode, what we did was, as you notice, we made some changes, and the changes were we were on the Google platform. We were doing it. It was great to have it live, but we had some audio problems, and that's okay. Things happen. It's all right. If it's but the message still got across, and we did that. But we still had some fun. We literally reached. It was amazing. We had over 8 international countries that were represented in our very first premiere show. I mean, just crazy. So shout out to definitely we were represented in Australia. We're in different parts of Europe. We were in Canada. We had Puerto Rico, what's American, right? But we had Puerto Rico. Excuse me. We had I can't remember the others. I should have wrote it down, right? But I didn't because I was up late tonight working on client stuff. And it's like, oh gosh, I got to get out here and get this. But I see you guys. So right now, what I want to do is we want to first, let's take a look. We got a live audience. Now, if you're watching this on replay, what you want to do is the thing that you want to do. If you want to be a part of the live recording that we do it every Tuesday and every Thursday at 11 o'clock Central Time. Okay? Central Time. That's 12 o'clock Eastern and 9 o'clock Pacific, right? I don't know. I should actually do it from left to right? 9, 11, 12, all right? And then wherever else that you're in the world, right? Wherever you're at. But what we do. So let's see who we got on the show with us tonight live. Let's see. We've got some participants here. Look, looks like we've got Audrey Godwin is in the house. Shout out to you, Audrey. How you doing? Hey. We've got the Audrey is amazing. We've got Tamay. Let's see, what does that mean? Is that Tiffany? Is that Tiffany I see? I think that's what that is. If it is, if you guys can hear me clearly, just and you're here live, just type a 1 in. Type a 1 in there if you can hear me clearly. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me and we're coming in through. You got everything going. Can you hear me loud and clear? Yes, Quincy. She said, "Is that where you're at? You're coming. You're watching us from Quincy. Well, Quincy, where? Autocorrect. Okay, autocorrect. Yes. So good. We got more and more people that are coming in and popping in to be a part of this. So this is great. This is great. But so the thing. So I get questions. So I know, a couple questions that came from YouTube. People wanted to know exactly what is this behind me? Well, what it is, this is a piece of art that my son created for me, and I love it. Your kids go to crazy stuff. For Christmas time. I'm a dad, so I'm always at one getting those. I get the daddy ties. I get the crazy stuff, whatever. But this right here, he actually made this in his art class, and I found it to be very, very nice. He said, Daddy, would you put this up? I'm like, absolutely, I will. And so what this is earlier this month we did over the summer we did something called the 6-figure summer series, and the 6-figure summer series. So what we deem this as this is your opportunity. This is your extra zero, right? And this is your extra zero. Yep, Tiffany, you're like I see you guys there. Good to see you. Glad y'all are here. Glad you're here. We got them here. So that's what that zero represents. That represents your O. Your O for opportunity. Your opportunity looks different than everyone else's. Everyone on here has a different opportunity that they're involved in, and that brings them to the table. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you unique. Now, what I like for our live viewers to do that are here, are recording, what I like for you to do is take a little time and simply, I believe that in sharing, I make sure that because this show is about all of us, and what you won't get is you won't be getting fire hosed with sales pitches. That's not what this show is about. It's about giving you, of course, our 3 things that we're consistent about, because in entrepreneurialism, you have to be consistent, consistent in your marketing, consistent in your practices, consistent in having those systems, right, that allow you to create the results that you want. But one of the things that I believe in very firmly is I believe in abundance, and I believe in sharing. So what I want us to do, I want to encourage you guys out there to just simply take the link that you use to get inside of here and go out and put it on your Twitter, put it on your Facebook, put it on whatever platforms that you use. Primarily, if you're in business, you need to be on LinkedIn. Let's wake up LinkedIn, because they're all across the country. Things are happening. LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Twitter, and simply say, join me on the entrepreneurs. Join me on, what do I want to say? I should have said something before. Join me. I'm going to get it clear. Join me on NightLight, the late show for entrepreneurs. That's it. Join me on NightLight, the late show for entrepreneurs. Now, boom. Just put that out there and just share it. Just share it. Make sure you tag me if you're connecting me with any way. Our hashtag, our official hashtag is #NightLight. That is our hashtag #NightLight. Really simple. Because what do we want to do? Ultimately, our audience is going to grow as people get involved with this, and we keep moving. So, moving right along. Our shows are short, they're tight, with just 30-minute pops. That's what you can expect. 30 minutes. That's it. We're here, we're in, we're out. We go. So, we're going to talk about marketing-wise. What do you guys think about this brand new? I talked about this last time. What do you think about what happened with Instagram coming in and creating their version of Snapchat? What do you think about that? Now, I was on Snapchat, and I think this, you want to be in the cutting edge as far as marketing wise of what's happening. And let me bring up mine right now. And if you're not familiar, if you're not on Snapchat and understanding, I don't know if you guys can see that. Is that coming in kind of clear there a little bit? See if I can help it out a little bit. But that is my Snapchat. And when you go to hit the little home button, at least on mine, at the top you have these circles. Now I know it's not really coming in really clear right now. And what's going on there? Oh, you see some friends of mine. But yeah. In fact, who is that? That's Amanda. Hey, you need a good person to help you with editing, for prickly pear editing for your books or whatnot. That's the person to see. Wild is the light. Great person. But at the top, you got these little circles, right? Look here, we got my man Troy. I don't know if you guys can see that. Troy was on the 6 Figure Summer Series. It just so happened that he's there. So what you do, tap it. And Troy's got a little promo. And you could tap it, and it goes through. That's another friend of mine. You see, you get all kinds of people in here, right? You can swipe it to the side. Some of you know this person. I see it kind of lighting up. People putting ones. So yeah. So what do you think about that? I think personally that this is a good thing as far as marketing wise. I think it's an opportunity. Now, I don't think what you should do is should run away. If you're using Snapchat, you should all of a sudden stop using Snapchat, because there's always going to be people who are loyal to a platform. And if that platform has been working for you, then by all means use it. But if you haven't used Snapchat or you found it confusing, then I think that the simplified version that they have in Instagram is something that you could use, but use creatively. And I like to get you guys input on, how you feel about the new Instagram. I don't know what you call it, Insta Snap. I don't know what you want to. We don't have a name for it right now. Stories. That's what it is. Instagram stories. So what do you feel about that, and how do you think the impact? what creative ways. I spent a little time creating what I felt could be of use for it. I didn't want to. The first one I did a promotion for the event because it happened to drop the exact same night that we premiered. Didn't know that. I didn't know that. So that happened. But I also think that, what I found was I had a huge, like hundreds of people had viewed it. You don't realize how many people, like I have over 1,200 people, I think right now and growing, that follow me on Instagram. And I had, hundreds of people that had seen these little snippets that you normally don't see. So I thought that was just amazing opportunity to touch that many people, and it opened up another level. So I'd be curious to know if some of you have used it. Definitely type in the comments if you're here live, or go over to make sure you leave comments here inside of the below here on YouTube, so that we can get those answers. I'd be curious to know exactly how you guys feel about that. Also, too, I forgot to say is that I want to invite you guys. Now, we have a community. Now, the community that where you can ask questions and be involved in is open. It's called magneticnetworkinglive.com. Now, magneticnetworkinglive.com is an entrepreneur safe place, safe haven. Again, I host it, but it's definitely a community that's driven behind those three principles that we talk about. We talk about, we always say our three main principles, that marketing, that money, and the motivation. It's in there. So you're happy to, you're welcome to be a part of that. In fact, I'd like to invite you to be a part of that. The other thing, so I want to know about that. That's happening in the marketplace. Number two, like today, it's funny because I got to thinking about it's funny. It's kind of not really along the lines of your money, but I happened to put a post up today in my Magnetic Minute that was talking about your mess, right? And how there's a message inside of your mess. And the funny thing that, you can see that, later on and find out about that. I'm not going to really dive deep into that. But specifically, what I got to thinking about today was the journey of entrepreneurialism, the journey that, sometimes it's good. They say, hey, never look back. But sometimes it's good to reflect on where you've been so you can get a better understanding of where you're at now and, continue to get that focus, that clearer vision on the thing that you want to achieve. But I got to thinking about that time period when I went through some things that were, and for those of you that don't know, I was a former penny per mile truck driver after I came out of corporate America, ended up being in that industry. And, it was a miserable time. And I know that some of you out there that are watching, maybe, you're in a position where you're having a job or something that you're working on that you really don't like. I mean, you don't like it. You don't like it. You want to be doing something else. But sometimes, but that's the place where you're at right now. And you can't, sometimes it's hard to see where you're going because, or you don't understand what the plan is. You just know you have a feeling, and that's how I was. I knew I had a feeling that I didn't belong, but at the same time, I was there right now. It was like, I'm here. So I was like captive in this, for lack of a better word, jail. Okay. It's like, how do I get out of here? And, but when I got to thinking about all the things that I went through, they prepared me and gave me the knowledge and gave me the insight to be able to be a more effective communicator, be a more effective, believe it or not, a effective communicator. It built up my skin. Not that I wasn't thick-skinned before and always persistent. I'm that type of dude that, you punch me in the mouth, I'm coming right back. I'm punching you right back. Like I'm gonna keep swinging. But to build up that, but then all of a sudden to begin to understand the intangibles of entrepreneurialism, like balancing, the basic stuff. People want to get in this business and they say that they want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't understand some of the fundamentals of, balancing your checkbook, balancing the positive. And, I'm not a I'm not an accountant by any means, and I'm not a person that's involved in the taxes and whatnot that works with my business. But I always have an educated individual that's on board to help show me. And so when I got my first business that I opened up, which is my first, recognized business that was registered, it was in that realm, and I began to understand that the importance of having those things in place. You get to see, and you say, all right, now I understand that what they mean by it's not just pie in the sky, kick your feet up all the time. No, you really work doubly hard, and you have to manage your books right, because if you don't, then this zero ends up being on this side, and you don't want the zero to be on that side. The zero is on this side moving away. That's what you want. You want the zeros adding up to infinity and beyond. Right? But I want you guys that are here, before we get in here, I got some quick little things I'll share with you. Any questions? I want to open it up for some questions for you all. I don't want you to sit back silent. Audrey says, amen. Tell them what they really need to know. For real. I mean, that's the things that we're going to talk about. And I want to expose you guys. Now, Audrey, I think it's exciting that you are here. Give me a little quick blurb on you. I want you to take the time to write this blurb out, because I want to share this out. I believe that, understand, in this industry, one of the most important things that you're going to learn now is that I believe in the importance of collaboration. I believe in the importance of sharing. I believe in the importance of giving. It's not about me, me, me. It's about we. And if you have a we attitude, right, about us together, and we in French means yes, then yes, we can do something important, do something great. So tell us a little bit about you, Audrey, and how your shows up in the marketplace, because I want to make sure that I showcase you in the marketplace. And also I want to give the other participants that are here, you type in as well. I want to, tell me a little bit about what you are, and we want to share that out to the world, because it's a great thing. So let's see what we got here. You can take your time to write that. It might take you a second. No problem. And while that's happening, I want you guys to consider, definitely, we're looking at, what are some of the things that you like, as far as motivation wise, that you like to tap into, to listen to keep you, going, and keep your spirits up. For me, sometimes late at night when I'm really getting my grind on and my emotions are flowing, it's kind of crazy, because I like my gangster rap, man, straight up. I'm like, put on some. When everybody's sleeping in the house, I'm like, shh, man, whatever. I gotta crank it up. I get in my mode. And the funny thing about it is, the later that it gets, how many of you are like me? Thank you for putting it. How many of you are like me, that the later it gets, the more delirious I get? But the more delirious I get, the more clarity I get on ideas. Am I the only one that does that? Is it just me? Am I just kind of weird like that? I don't know. I would love to know if it's just me. But it's like I get in this zone the later that it gets, when I'm on the cusp of needed, I got ones out there. Yes, they're telling me yes. When I'm on the cusp of that, being tired and fatigued, and that's when I have that mental clarity. Like, it's like a breakthrough. It's a crazy feeling. It's kind of like if you go to the gym and you work out and you get your endorphins going, like boom, and it just explodes. Like I get the best clarity. I get the ideas, and I always whiteboard. I don't have my whiteboard in front of me right now, because I get together with my team, and I get together with my colleagues, and I'll take the whiteboard. I didn't bring my whiteboard, but I'll whiteboard, and then I go fall asleep. I'm done. I mean, I'll work on it, and then I'm gone. And I look back in the morning, it's like, wow, where'd that come from? I'm glad to know it's not me. Good. So let's see here. What does it say? Audrey. I serve, that's Audrey Godwin, says, I serve the women business leaders I serve hire me to increase their cash flow and their personal income so they can have more financial freedom, financial peace, and financial clarity. There's brilliance in the middle of the night. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. You know, I want you guys to understand something. I know we're going to a couple minutes over, but I want to make sure you get this in. First of all, follow Audrey Godwin. And Audrey, that's I'm gonna spell it for you guys so you see it here. And that's AudreyGodwin. Now you can find Audrey inside of magneticnetworkinglive.com. She is a community member and an entrepreneur. So you can find her inside of there. And so when you come inside, you'll meet not only Audrey, but you'll meet other influential leaders and entrepreneurs, freelancers that are there, so you can build your network, your network. That's why I wore this, connection shirt. Connections are very important in business. Okay, so you want to make sure you get that. Now, but as I close tonight, what I want you guys to know is that what I was going to say was that as I read that from Audrey, the beauty in her positioning and her clarity of her words. It's important that you know exactly who you serve, how you serve them, and you spit that off. Some like to call it an elevator pitch, but I call it your power positioning statement. And if you don't have one, you don't understand how to get one, get inside the group, get in there with us. We'll show you some things. Get in here and understand how to make yourself a better positioned player in this global atmosphere, because we're global. Understand that. We're global. You're living in a global time, in a global world. Ain't no thinking about your block, okay? Let's be clear. And when I say ain't no thinking, it's your block, I don't care what shade or hue you are, all right? If you understand the power of technology and the power of internet and where we are, understand this show is reaching 8 different continents, 8 different countries overseas. We're going to see more than that. That is power, profound power that was unprecedented, that our previous generation, our parents, our grandparents didn't see. You now live in that era of opportunity. So you need to understand, it's important that you understand how to operate on this space, and that you also collaborate with individuals that have the same mindset you can push further. Now look, the time is ticked. The light is on. Glad you guys took time out of your night to shine your light. This light is for you. Understand, this light is for you. If you ever in the process of you feeling down, you feeling in the dumps, and you think that you can't go on, I want you to understand, I want you to always keep your head up, and I want you to think about your vision. Take that time to write that down. Whatever, I want you to go back and think about that feeling that pushed you and allowed you to get into this space, okay, that pushed you over this edge. Who are you working for? Who are you doing this for? Are you doing it for your loved ones? Are you doing it for your family? Are you doing it to get your time back? Are you simply doing it because you got sick and tired of being at that place in your life where you're at and you want to move to a new level? Regardless, just know that the nightlight is here. The nightlight is shining through the darkness to give you to shine a pathway to the direction that you want to go. We're here for you. Make sure that we're here for you. All right. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel and invite those other individuals too to be a part of it. I'm so glad you can be here, and I'm so glad. Just know that don't ever give up, because the person that gives up is the person that's saying, wow, I wish I could 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line. All right. So as always, as we close, I'll leave you guys with this. Sow good seeds, do good work, reap, then teach to repeat. Anthony Abrams signing out for NightLight. Love you guys. Peace. And the light is always on. Follow the light. Follow the light.